Welcome one, welcome all. This is the NinchMovies back again with an all-new VHS update. Today's in particular update is going to be a little bit more special. Everything that you see here, I did not stumble across. These have all been purchased via eBay. I actually had to go out and order some full price tapes for you guys today. I think I've got about 9 tapes here or roundabouts, all horror or horror-ish related. I've got a couple true crime documentaries in here, and of course the events are horrific, but mainly horror. I've been so excited to show these off to you guys. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Starting off with the final film I needed for my Psycho collection, we have the Remake from, I believe, 1998. I just wanted to say a couple things about this film. Overly hated. This is Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates, and some people don't like Vince Vaughn. I'm a huge fan, and at the start of his career, he really wanted to be much more of a serious actor. And, you know, him getting cast in this film makes sense to me. He's a tall individual, he's suave, he's slick with it, he can, I thought he was a good choice, and he does well. Basically, I understand the argument that this is a shot-for-shot remake, so it seems kind of pointless, but realistically, this is Psycho in color. And I don't understand the hate. I never will. Other than if you think it's pointless, I get that. But how can you hate this film so goddamn bad but still love the original? It's the same fucking movie, guys. So this was the last one I needed for my collection. I'm a huge fan of the Psycho series, Bates Motel, everything to do with Norman Bates himself. I'm glad I can finally round off the collection with that. The condition on the tape is near mint. 2 cents about that right there. If you guys have been deterred by the reviews, just give it a go. Who cares? It's the same fucking movie, guys. Then we have a 2-for-1 I got. We have The Silence of the Lambs in this really, really mint condition here. I have watched the film, but it has been many years. I actually started to watch the Hannibal TV series and sort of fell off that, which I need to get back to. Excuse me. Because really interesting character. Obviously, why am I blanking on his name? Anthony Hopkins. I love him as Hannibal Lecter. This is probably the best of his set of films in my opinion, but I feel like that's, pretty standard. If you haven't seen The Silence of the Lambs, you definitely need to, give it a watch sometime. And then the one that came paired with that is the film Hannibal, which is in this large big box here. Unfortunately, I don't really have too many things to say about this because it's been so long since I've seen this in particular movie. Even though I haven't seen The Silence of the Lambs in a while, it sticks out in my mind what happened in that film. I have no real idea what happens in this, so this needs a rewatch. How would you guys rank the Hannibal movies? Let me know down below. I need to pick up Red Dragon now, that's a must. And I feel like Hannibal Rising, I don't believe that was Anthony Hopkins, and I also don't know if that's on VHS. Let me know down below. But there that is. Then moving on, this one got beat up in the mail, and I'm pretty upset about it, can't lie. But we have the film Poltergeist The Legacy. Yeah. At least I have a large collection. I'm sure I can swap this out because obviously, when I'm spending bigger money, I want it to be in good condition. And, it's probably just our mailman's fault. I'm not going to blame it on the seller because everything else was in pretty good condition. But regardless, Poltergeist The Legacy, I'm not sure where this sequel falls into the Poltergeist franchise. I believe I saw the very first Poltergeist many years ago, but I just wanted to pick up some horror movies for, Halloween this year and the month of October. I plan on doing a lot more horror movie reviews. And also, as I've said in the past, just my VHS collection in general is lacking horror. So this was one, I think I saw it for about $20. I thought I'll give it a go. I'm keen to check it out. Have you guys seen this film? Let me know down below. It's just a shame. The tape itself is, in fine condition. It's just the casing. So the next one up, this one, we got a couple Stephen King ones here. This one I'd never heard of. I'd never even seen this movie, and that is The Graveyard Shift. Really, really awesome looking VHS. Like one of my favorites in my collection. Stephen King has so many books, so many of those movies, so many movies came out of those books. This is just one that I haven't heard huge amounts of things of. In fact, I hadn't even heard of it until I saw it on the VHS. Is this someone's cult favorite out there, let me know down below. This one will be getting a review and a watch in the month of October, but really happy with the conditioning on that, and keen to check out a new Stephen King. Now, this in particular Stephen King one has a story to it, and some people might be sort of just disgusted that I even picked this up, but we have Stephen King's The Shining, and as you can see, this is the 2-tape set. This is Stephen King's, I believe he directed this. The whole story behind this was that he hated The Shining that Stanley Kubrick did. He absolutely loathed it, so he was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's my book. I'm going to make the movie how I want. Now, I haven't seen this yet, but I've just heard it is god awful, especially in comparison to the movie that Stephen King, hated on. He didn't like the Kubrick one. He's like, I'll do it better. I'm pretty sure no one agrees that he did it better. But all I know about this is it is, once again, 2 tapes here. It's a really nice looking VHS. It's in great condition. 258 minutes, guys. This is going to be a long-ass watch. Potentially a review on this. I'm sure I'll get around to it. Maybe a comparison video if you guys are interested in that. Have you seen Stephen King's version of The Shining? Please let me know down below what you think of it. I've heard nothing but awful things, but I wanted to give it a watch for myself. And then the very last of the horror movies before I go into the 2 documentaries I picked up. This one I have no words on. I didn't know this existed either, but that's the beauty of collecting VHS. A lot of unrecognizable horror movies out there. This is the film called Horror in the Attic, and I simply picked this up for the fact that Seth Green is in this. Seth Green, great voice actor. He's been a part of a lot of my favorite franchises. Not my favorite actor by any means, but a funny ass guy. And that's it. Normally he's in comedies. I've never seen him in a horror movie. I have no idea what this movie could entail. Sort of looks like a burn victim on the front. I got no idea what the insanity on the bottom is. We've got crucifixions on the back. Who knows? Has anyone seen this film? Very unknown movie in my opinion. I'd never heard of it. Keen to check it out. I think this was about $20. I was happy to have another horror movie in the collection. And finishing off the update, we just have a couple of documentaries. Your boy loves his documentaries. Your boy loves his true crime. So the first one up here, this came from the same seller as Poltergeist. We have Classic Hollywood Crimes. Once again, I'm just a sucker for a documentary on VHS. Anything prior to the internet, it's just kind of a bit more interesting to me. So I believe these have the stories of the Black Dahlia, Salmoneo, Bugsy Siegel, Carol Chessman, Gary Gilmore, and other mysteries. That's what it's saying. I'm sorry if I butchered any of that. Have you guys seen this in particular documentary? As well as, are you familiar with any of the crimes just mentioned? It's going to be a new watch for me. I'm keen to check it out. And finishing off this update, this is actually one I have gone out and watched myself, and that is the Manhunt, Search for the Night Stalker. I put a reel up of this on my channel, and I claim this to be a documentary. I'd never watched the Manhunt before until this. Very famous series back in the day. It is not a documentary. It is actually sort of like a fictionalized, or I don't even know. It's a dramatized, sorry, that's what I'm looking for. A dramatized retelling of everything that the Night Stalker did. Other than a couple of very, very poorly acted moments. Really, really interesting. It's about 2 hours long, I believe. 93 minutes, my bad. It's about an hour and a half long. But obviously I've seen the Netflix documentaries on the Night Stalker, and, rest in peace to all the victims, obviously. But, this came out in 1988 or 1989, and I think Richard Ramirez got arrested in 85. It was very close to home at the time, so it was just a really interesting watch. It's got me intrigued on a couple more Manhunt episodes. I don't know if it's always the same actors or whatever, but yeah, I'm happy I owned it. We're fucking this up, boys. I'm happy to own this. It was a great watch. Have you guys seen any of the Manhunt tapes? Let me know. Did you watch it back in the day when it first aired? Just let me know down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video and the films, I guess. I'm really just fucking this up, so I'm just going to say like, add it to your favorites, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Scoop.